Hello, everybody. This is Card Guy Chris Ellis,
with Collectible Chris.
and we are here to talk to you about
The final week of the regular season of the NFL 2023 year, our predictions as well as our players of the week, our records. We will talk about the national championship, and we are going to look at the NFL playoff picture as well as our week one picks. Joe, start us off, Dad. It's been a great season. I have beat my dad by 6 games. Dad, with a record this week of 8-8, which brought him a total of 160 wins to 112 losses. Really good percentage. I was 11-5, went 4-1 heads up with Dad this past week, and I ended up with 166 to 106 losses this year. So we both were over 500. We both made it to 160 wins, which was better than last year. Once we find the other notebook, we'll compare it. But after this past week, Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10 in a very great game. Texans overcame the Colts with a score of 23-19. The Titans beat the Jaguars 28-20. Derrick Henry had a great game. We'll see where he ends up. Lions beat the Vikings 30-20. Saints whipped the Falcons 48-17 with a controversial call that everyone said, but I'm happy Williams got his touchdown. Remember, he led the league last year. He didn't have one until Winston gave him the ball. So, Williams, I'm happy for you. The Jets beat the Patriots 17-3. The Bucks beat the Panthers with another, once again, baseball score. Third one of the season, 9-0. The Bengals beat the Browns 31-14. The Packers beat the Bears 17-9. The Cowboys intercepting the ball like always on Sam Howell, winning 38-10 against the Commanders. The Raiders beat the Broncos 27-14. In an unexpected turn of events, the G-Men of New York whipped Philadelphia Eagles 27-10. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals in a very surprising inning of 21-20. The Rams finally snapped their 3-year losing streak against the 49ers with a score of 21-20. Oh wow, the NFC West just wanted to be 21-20 both times. The Chiefs barely scraped by against the Chargers 13-12. And the Bills overcame against the Dolphins 21-14. Our players of the week, I had to finally give it to this guy. He deserves it. I'm going with Derek Carr of the Saints. He went 22 out of 28 with 264 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
he had a good game. I went with Jonathan Taylor, even though they came up with a loss. He had 30 carries, 188 yards, 1 TD, 2 receptions, 8 yards. He played his butt off in that game. So
you can't deny it, for sure. Rookie of the week, we both agree with Mr. C.J. Stroud. You could give it to Aiden O'Connell. You could give it to Achane if he kept on going off for Miami. But Stroud was 20 of 26 for 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 3 carries for 20 yards. Yep. Defensively, I'm going to go with Mr. Steeler himself. Unfortunately, he got hurt toward the end of the game. Mr. T.J. Watt with 8 total tackles, 6 solo, 2 assisted with 2 sacks.
Yep. And I'm going with Xavier McKee, was 6 from the Giants. He had 6 tackles, 2 solo, 4 assisted, 2 interceptions, and 1 pick 6 for that game against the Eagles. Thank you, Giants, for giving us the NFC East division. Thank you very much. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. At least the Giants did something right this year. So,
dang. Wow. Okay,
so there we go on that.
Okay, wow. Oh, man. That was great. All right, the national championship. Congratulations to the first time in school history. Yes, school history, 15-0. First time they ever did.
Yeah, 15-0. Okay.
First time that a non-SEC school has won the championship in a very long time, as well as Mr. Harbaugh winning his first championship ever. The Michigan Wolverines beat the
Washington Huskies.
Huskies. I was trying to remember the actual animal that they represent. With the
Yes.
final score of 34-13, Phoenix was just heavily hit. So many plays. That Michigan defense was really good secondary wise. I was a little disappointed with the performance of Washington. I think both of the actual the two semifinals before the national championship was better, but definitely congratulations to Harbaugh finally winning the big one. He couldn't do it with San Fran. He couldn't do it as a actual NFL player or even as a college player. But Harbaugh finally got a championship. I know there's controversy around him, but Harbaugh, Michigan Wolverines, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great game plan. Totally changed their offensive structure, really, if you look at it.
Yeah.
And they were hitting Penix like there was no tomorrow. So, but yeah, they played a great year. They had a good year, played good games. They showed why they were the national champions. I mean, so, hey, now let's go to the playoff games for week 1 and see who we are picking for week 1.
All right, so playoff picture for the NFL. We are looking at AFC side. We're looking at the number 7 seeded Steelers facing the number 2 Bills.
I'm picking the Bills in this game.
I'm picking the Bills as well. I just think that they're a more complete team. I think they have the Steelers have the better coach, but I just think that the Bills are the better overall team. Number 6 Dolphins facing the number 3 Chiefs.
It's supposed to feel like negative 12 degrees in Kansas City against the Dolphins, who are used to a warm climate. I think that's going to give the Chiefs the advantage. If it was other than that, I don't know, because the Chiefs still haven't been impressive this year to me.
Well, neither has the Dolphins.
So I'm going to pick the Chiefs in this game.
Dolphins only beat one playoff contending team all year long. I'm sorry, I still have to give it to the Chiefs, even though I don't want them to win at all. And last but not least, the number 5 Browns versus the number 4 Texans in Houston. Oh, congratulations to rookie coach and rookie quarterbacks. First time in NFL history making it to the playoffs.
Yep. They had a good year. I mean, that's definitely going to be... but I think I'm going to give it to playoff experience on this one. I think I'm going to pick the Browns to beat the Texans.
I want to say that, but after the Texans being the Colts, I don't know. I want the Browns to win just so I can say Joe Flacco is back in business. So I'll say Browns as well. All right. The NFC side. The number 7 seeded Packers versus the number 2 Cowboys. Mike McCarthy facing his old team in the playoffs.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys since they're at home.
Oh, yeah, they're at home. Cowboys winning all day. No offense to Love. Love, I give you a lot of love this year. You played very well, but it's time for playoffs. So let's see how you do. I want to do that game last.
Okay, we'll do that game last.
The number 5 Eagles going down to Tampa Bay against the number 4 Bucks.
The Eagles are, I mean, any team that's going to play the Bucks is favored. I just don't know. I think the Buccaneers will play better than they played against Carolina. And the Eagles are just imploding on themselves. I'm picking the Bucks to beat the Eagles.
Thank you, Dad. I'm going with the Bucks too. Eagles have had the worst record when it came to the final month of the season. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I even picked the Eagles to beat some teams they should have beat. I thought they were going to beat the Giants, and the Giants just far off on them. I mean, it's hard to say. And Baker Mayfield is back in the playoffs. He needs to shine in order to stay because he was only under a 1-year contract in Tampa, right?
Yeah, they're going to re-sign him, though. They already said they're looking to re-sign him.
And he deserves it after the year he had. It's just that he needs to be consistent. Now is the time to just be the quarterback he needs to be.
Yep.
In the final game, the number 6 Rams, led by Matthew Stafford, going to the number 3 seeded Detroit Lions. Stafford going back to Detroit in the playoffs former Super Bowl quarterback against a former Super Bowl losing quarterback in Jared Goff. Who has the better defense? Who has the better weapons? I hate to say it. I want Stafford to beat the Lions, but the Lions have a more impressive young squad. They got two good rookie receiving weapons in Laporta and Nakua. They got very good semi-pro to veteran receivers and Amron St. Brown because he's had a killer year, and Cooper Kupp, and then the D lines are very neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Detroit, and it's got to be within 3.
Ooh. Well, guess what I'm doing?
You're going for the Rams?
I am picking the ghost of Matthew Stafford to upset the Detroit Lions in Detroit.
Whew. Hey, it's going to be good.
I think that's the only one we disagree on, right?
Yep. That's the only one we disagreed on.
Yep.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I have no faith in the Eagles anymore. I don't. Cowboys at home is scary. Lions and Rams, that's really just a flip of a coin. Can the Steelers beat the Bills? Yes. Especially how Mason Randolph has been playing. Like that boy's always been consistent when he had to step up. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Dolphins can beat the Chiefs. But the only thing is the Dolphins just need to play smart, and they don't do that against playoff contending teams. Texans and Browns. It's just
gonna be a good game.
I think that'll be really the game of the whole weekend.
That's the first game, actually, on TV.
The only reason why I want the Browns to make it to the AFC Championship is just so we can see Ravens versus Browns.
That'd be interesting.
I want to see Flacco against his old team in the playoffs. I think that'll be killer. I think that'll be amazing.
You might see that if it goes the way we have predicted. Ravens would play the Browns the next week.
No, because
the worst team will play the winner with the worst seed will play the number 1 seed. That's how it goes in the NFL.
Oh crap! Okay.
So it's not like other.
Sorry, I looked at the actual playoff bracket, and that's how I got all this.
Yeah, that's fine. No, the worst seed. You would be right. If the Packers beat the Cowboys, they would play the 49ers.
Right.
But the Cowboys have the 2nd seed, so they'll come down. If they win, they'll come down here. Okay. And then the team with the worst seed will play the 49ers.
Okay.
The worst seed will play the top seed. Same thing. If, say, the 49ers lose here, say that happens, which I don't think that's going to happen. Then the Cowboys or whoever, like the number 2 or number 3 seed, they're the top seed, then the worst team would play them.
Okay.
In the NFC champion, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So that's how that works in NFL. It's not like NBA or MLB. It should be.
It should be.
You should have the worst team play the best team throughout the. You can keep that one if you want. I use my space pen.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Stuff. So yeah, we'll be doing our picks for awards next week, all the way, including Coach of the Year this time, because there's some coaches that have definitely put themselves in the pack.
Everyone from the Cleveland Browns head coach. I always say Shanahan deserves it, but I think his predecessor, defensive coordinator, has done well with Houston.
You got Detroit's head coach.
Detroit's head coach, 100%.
Who got robbed of it last year.
Mike McCarthy. I have to say McCarthy did what he had to do. Definitely better than last year, especially since Jones was like, "Hey, do you?" Yeah. And McCarthy did him, and he's done well.
They're just not on the road really well. But hey,
I mean, at least y'all were 3-5.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a winning home record over a winning road record.
I mean, it was their first undefeated home season since 2013, so I'll take that.
Well, we lost to our final home game. I think we lost.
Did y'all?
I think so. If I remember right.
Oh, this year?
Yeah. It broke its streak, I think.
Hold up. What was that? Week last week?
Yeah, I think Dallas lost their final home game.
No, they beat the Lions.
No, week 18.
Dad, that was on the road.
Okay. We go to week. Right, hold on. What's this one? Week 16. Cowboys. Dolphins. That was it. That was up.
Oh, that was away.
Okay. I swear we.
Cowboys were 8-0 at home this year. First time since 2013.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought we lost one. So.
No, y'all were undefeated at home.
So.
But like what Dad said, we're gonna talk about our picks for the awards. Definitely, got to give it to a lot of people, especially talking about some good, strong candidates for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, to me, there is a shoe-in. I think there has been no one else to compare to my guy. But when it comes to MVP, it's going to be interesting for sure. Comeback Player of the Year, that's a shoe-in. I think no one will deny about our pick because I think we both agree on who should be Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah. But tell you right now, his cards are hot. That's for sure. I mean, his cards are hot. If you look at Mr. Flacco, you're definitely looking at. So I know some people are pulling out those Flacco jerseys.
Crap. I need to send that one off to get graded. 2008 Bowman Sterling rookie patch. I need to send that one off. Crap. Yeah. Oh Lord.
So you got to think about who's doing what and how, and even look at CMC. He had a healthy year, and look what happened. Been dominating. One game I think without scoring.
Yep.
Pretty much. So.
And we're also going to talk about the disappointments of some coaches that have been let go due to seasons or just due to feelings among parties. Definitely one coach being fired was a surprise to both me and Dad, as well as looking at some potential teams that should be picking up some key prospects to actually further their team or actually see if they just need a vet to help out a good young running back.
Yep.
A.K.A. Derrick Henry.
Yeah. So, plus you're going to have a lot of the, you're going to have the Senior Bowl this year. Got the East-West Shrine game. I know one of the games is actually going to let underclassmen come and play. I think it's on the Senior Bowl, actually. They're going to let underclassmen come in for the first time so they can be looked at too. Which is kind of cool, I guess. I think they could do an underclassmen bowl instead of. The senior bowl should be seniors, but hey, I understand if they decide if they're still going to do that. I think you also got to look at some. Look at other rookies out there. I think a lot of guys have raised their draft stock, including 2 players that played in the national championship easily. J.J. McCarthy, I think the way he threw the football, even though his numbers weren't great for the final game, he didn't turn over the ball, and those 2 runs he had at the end of the game from the quarterback position pretty much, helped him with the win. Phoenix didn't look good in the national championship game. He was getting hit hard and a lot, so that's probably the most, but the man also has come back from 2 major surgeries, 4 injuries. Was it Indiana Hoosier? And then went to Washington, and look what happened there. So, you got there's going to be guys that you think that are not good. That, wow, who thought Brock Purdy would be what he is right now?
And we also have the first white quarter since 2003. Potentially being a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Found that out from one of the guys I follow on TikTok. So I forgot there hasn't been like a white corner in a while. But the guy from Iowa is projected to be a first round pick. So, and he did not let all those scores in both the championship game or the bowl game. So just saying, he is a potential first round pick.
So I mean, you just gotta look at it. I mean, cornerback position is definitely important. You definitely want some good corners out there. But if I got nothing else, you got anything?
If y'all are still looking for some cheap cars, just see what you can find out there because the car market still hasn't skyrocketed back up yet. So it's still slow. It's the month of January, so if you're looking at stuff for your personal collections, your PCs, go on eBay and see what you can find. I've found some good stuff for me that I typically cannot get at a good price, especially a Derek Jeter chase card. I've been chasing for 4 years now since I saw it.
Yeah.
And I got it for $8. So you can find some good stuff. You just need to know how to find it.
Yep. I mean, just look out there. And you never know what might be at your local card shop too, if you got one. But this is card guy Chris Ellis.
With Collectible Chris.
And we'll be talking to you next week. Bye.